It was 1984 in Miami. The asses were tanned. Pastel suits and high-cut swimsuits were the fashion talk of the tropical city, and Pablo's pure Colombian white had filled the shores of the city to an extent that you could feel it in the air. It was the peak of Miami's Miami-ness, and anything Miami-related, including television. This neon retro aesthetic would come to serve as the setting for the hit Michael Mann-produced TV show Miami Vice, and today, 40 years since the pilot aired, we are going to look at how the stars of the show have aged since. Crockett was the charismatic, sharp, and tough detective who embodied the cool, laid-back demeanor associated with Miami's 1980s culture. Beneath his calm exterior, though, he struggled with the pressures of his job and personal life, especially the toll it took on his relationships. He was portrayed by the then up-and-coming Don Johnson, who was 35 years of age when the pilot first aired and 41 years during the series finale. Fast forward 40 years later, and Johnson and his career have both aged pretty gracefully. His latest flick, Rebel Ridge, proved that the actor can still get down and dirty in the world of crime, even at the ripe old age of 74. Ricardo Tubbs was the suave and sophisticated counterpart of the dynamic duo. He had a smooth, confident style and a knack for blending into Miami's nightlife. His charm and eloquence often helped him navigate undercover operations and social interactions with criminals. But despite his cool demeanor, Tubbs was deeply driven by his sense of justice and loyalty to his partner. He was played by Philip Michael Thomas, who by the time the pilot was aired was also 35 years of age. After the show's finale, Philip would go on to have a solid career appearing in a couple of movies, TV shows, and commercials, but ultimately retired in 2021, and as of today is 74 years old. Gina Calabres was played by Sandra Santiago throughout the entirety of the show. She was a detective in the Miami-Dade Police Department, and part of the undercover Vice unit led by Crockett and Tubbs. At the show's start, Santiago was 27 years of age, and by the time the series came to an end, she was 33 years. After Vice's cancellation, Santiago appeared in a few TV shows and made-for-TV movies, with her last role being in 2013. Today, Santiago is 67 years old, but she is still as beautiful as before. Olivia Brown was cast as Detective Big Booty Trudy Joplin when she was just 24 years old. She was the Tubbs to Gina's Crockett, both in and out of the office, and as far as time can tell, also in real life. She has had a pretty solid career, with her last role being in 2017. We don't know if she'll ever grace the screen again, but she seems to be doing just fine at the age of 60. In 1984, a 37-year-old Edward James Olmos was cast as Lieutenant Martin Castillo in the show's 6th episode of the first season, after his predecessor requested to be written out of the production. He appeared regularly throughout the 5 seasons of the show. After its cancellation, Olmos continued to tell stories via the big and small screen, and has enormous success as an actor and director, even securing himself an Academy Award nomination. Even at the age of 77, Olmos isn't showing any signs of slowing down, as he just recently starred in 2 films from this year, proving that he still got that fucking El Toro inside of him.